Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of WordCamp Asia Contributor Day promotional webinar series. I know my camera is a little bit foggy. It's quite cold here. I'll take care of that, but I'll get Ganga to actually introduce himself, and then we'll talk to our guest for the show today. Ganga, take it away.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We are continuing doing our Contribute Day webinar series, and thank you Amit for taking care of all the series. I'm Ganga Kafle, one of the organizers for WordCamp Asia. I'm looking forward to meet you all in person in Bangkok, Thailand, especially in Contributors Day. Thank you, Amit. Up to you.
Thanks, Ganga. As you know, Ganga is the lead for Contributor Day team at WordCamp Asia. And today we have a guest who is no stranger to Contributor Day, someone who's been contributing for many years now in many different forms. And if you have seen the videos from WordCamp US, I'm sure you'll remember this face as well, talking to many different contributors and setting a new example of how we can engage with the community and give back more. Let me introduce Mr. Tofar Diroshia. Tofar, would you kindly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Tofar. I live in the state of Michigan in the U.S. That's in the north. We got some beautiful snow today. I'm looking at it out my window now. I have done a lot of contribution to the WordPress project in a variety of ways over many, many years, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. Okay, there are bits and pieces that I tried and didn't enjoy, but that's just because it was not for me. So one of the great things about contributing is that you can find something that does fit you, and not everything has to. You don't have to follow along what everyone else is doing.
I think that makes sense. As our viewers also say, does Topher need an introduction? Yes, that's so true. And I remember meeting Topher during the pandemic, during an online WordCamp where I was emceeing, and Topher talked about WooCommerce and a lot of different stuff since he's an expert on that. So Topher, thank you for giving your time. And also
Certainly.
viewers, that those who doesn't know yet, Topher is one of the make team reps for the photos team, and he will be joining us as a table lead as well as a speaker for the first ever Asian flagship WordCamp experience. So we just cannot wait anymore to be at Bangkok together. So I'm joining from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Ganga is joining from Nepal, and Tofar is joining from the States. We have few of our viewers saying hello. We'll just quickly take it. So reminding our viewers to comment. We're actually live right now from the WordCamp Asia Facebook page, Twitter page, and YouTube channel. Do let us know from where you're joining. Let us know if there's I had some issues with my camera. I was able to fix it very soon. If there's audio issues and other stuff, do let us know. Most importantly, if you have any questions regarding the contributor day itself or WordCamp Asia, you can ask us. We will try to assist you. Plus, those who are interested in the photos table at the contributor day, this is an excellent opportunity for you to learn from the man himself and learn what are the plans there are have in store for you. So let's start our contribution, but in the form of just discussing today. I believe this is also a part of contribution, contributing to open source, letting people know, and so on, sharing knowledge. So first and foremost, how did you start contributing to WordPress? We want to know that first.
Yeah, I don't really remember the very first thing I did that could be considered contributing. I'm going to guess it was probably answering a support post on the support forums because those are so easy, and uh, people tend to end up there looking for answers, and it's easy to see a question that you know the answer to and just drop in an answer. That said, I do remember my first core contribution. I was working for a company called X Team, and it was encouraged at the company to try and be a core contributor. So I thought, hey, I'll give it a shot. And some people on my team helped me out, and I put a div around some content that did not have any markup, and that was my first core contribution. I can do HTML.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of us, those who started contributing, came from giving support, sharing a know-how trick, or maybe when one of our colleagues or people within our networks faced an issue. So that's basically how we begin. It's like a virus, but in a very good way, not the one that we just, no more 2020 pointers. But
Right.
anyway, let's move on. I'm gonna pass my question towards Ganga now. So Ganga, I know you are the team rep. Can you share a little bit info about what are the different plans about the themes table at WordCamp Asia? Do not give us everything. You can let us know, some, and then I'll just go to Tofar and ask about the photos team.
Hmm. Thank you so much for the wonderful questions, Amit. Actually, as a theme STEM Braves, uh, probably I have some plan, but as a contributors day organizers for WordCamp Asia, probably I'm not able to sit in the themes table and guide all the contributors, but I will pass my idea, but I'll pass my uh, what expertise and the way to make the contributors day themes table especially better table. I will pass my idea to the confirm table leads. uh, those who are interested learning how to review the themes, those who are interested to know the guidelines of WordPress startup themes, those who are interested to know about what are the classic theme, what are the blocks themes, those who are interested to know the new design of the uh, themes repository that is proposed from design team. So there are lots of things that we can do, discuss in the themes table. So, as a themes team reps, I would like to request all the viewers to join the themes team. Probably, themes is one of the best entity of WordPress, and with the introduction of block themes, probably themes is even getting more exposure in the WordPress community as well. So, join the themes table, and we will learn about the guidelines about the new block themes. We will also demonstrate how to create the block themes quickly, probably using some create block theme plugin or something like that. And I will be around. And if you have any questions, if you like got something in your mind in the right moment, probably you can say me hi and ask the question. I will try to address. And there are other lots of other moderators of theme team, previous leads also be there, and we'll have some interesting thing in the themes table from it.
I'm sure themes is a big part of WordPress itself. And I'm not going to go into detail, but those who are new, you can find the details about the themes team itself, the handbook, the weekly meeting, Slack information from the link displayed in the screen. That's the blog information for themes team. Thank you so much, Ganga. Let's redirect our focus to the photos team now. And I mean, I had so much fun when my first photo got approved in the form of a few kittens. And I felt like that's the most exciting bit of WordPress, the moment it started coming up on my profile. So my question for next question for Tofar is a bit different one. I just want to know from Tofar if being a team rep brings added responsibility for you or not, since you took charge of the photo directory project itself.
Yeah, I want to clarify that a little bit. Um, there isn't any one person or even a small group in charge of the photos project. There's a very large group of us working on it, and there are three team reps, and I am only one of them. Um, as far as added responsibilities, really the only responsibility is for us team reps to run a monthly meeting to report to the rest of the team what's been going on, how many new images we have, if we're falling behind or not, how many have been rejected, if there's been any problems, new trouble tickets, that sort of thing. Um, so the added responsibility for a team rep really for this team is just running the monthly meeting. And since there are three of us, we divide it up nicely. There's a Google Doc that basically has the entire meeting written out. And so one person will make that doc, but another person will run the meeting and put the questions out there and handle responses and things like that. Um, so for this particular team, team rep is is not a lot of extra work, but you do have to show up and you have to do a good job and be aware of what's going on.
So I think for those who's been curious to know about if becoming a team rep is a myth or something, or how do I become a team rep, I think
Mhm.
Tofar explained to all of us in the most humble and polite way with secrets that anyone can contribute. But I think the emphasis should be on the part that you do have to show up, because open source
Yes.
stays alive because of the fact that we all show up. It's not because of the fact that we burn our sweat. It's not because of how many hours we stay awake outside our working hours and our sleep sacrifices. It's actually showing up. And I'm glad that a lot of the known faces are showing up at WordCamp Asia, which is going to make sure that contributors do keep coming back. Now, at the start of today's discussion, It's a very informal one. In no way possible we want to engage in a discussion which bits the question whether it's a formal one, this that. It's just a basic discussion that we have. And I keep on emphasizing the fact for our viewers that any faces that you take as a role model could be sitting next to you at the contributor day, and it's an opportunity that you do not want to miss out. So I want to go back to Tofar once again before I go to Ganga. So if you ever attended a contributor day event for a WordCamp, which one was it? How did it go? And could you share your experience for our new contributors out there?
Oh, wow. Um, I've been to dozens of contributor days, many, 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 at a wide variety of camp sizes, from very small camps where there are maybe 10 people at contributor day, all the way up to US and Europe where there are hundreds and hundreds of people. And uh, when there's a very large camp and there are hundreds of people, there's usually representatives from every team, and you can go and talk to them and try everything. Often at a small camp, you might only have 3 or 4 team reps on site, and then maybe 5 or 10 others in Slack. And it's not the same experience as just talking to them. And then many teams just don't have anyone representing there at all. And so your experience can be quite different at a small camp. If you become skilled at doing contributor day, then you are particularly valuable at a small camp where they struggle to run a full contributor day. And it's different from being a skilled contributor. The day itself is a lot more about talking with new people, onboarding, being friendly, encouraging, getting people excited, etc. And it's a very particular skill, being good at contributor day. Um, and I would consider it a contribution in and of itself. If you get good at it and you can encourage people to join a team and learn how to do it and get going, that's a great contribution right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing some comments. Lex says kids camps would be Topher's favorite. I remember him guiding kids. Yes, I also remember about Sandy, and she's been pretty much the front runner when it comes to kids camp. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be having it to WordCamp Asia, but I'm looking forward to having kids camp at WordCamp Europe, which is in June, or WordCamp US, which follows later in the couple months. So so wanted to let everyone know how people can see the stream that's happening. We have WordCamp Asia Facebook page. We also have WordCamp Asia YouTube channel. We also have WordCamp Asia Twitter feed. Anywhere in the social channel, in those platforms, if you find us, you should be able to see the stream. And we're actually streaming live right now. So some shout outs while we just divert away from the discussion for a bit. So if we recently posted the contributor stories, giving highlight and some emphasis on new contributors. Actually, we tried to mix them up. Stories from contributors have already been posted in the WordCamp Asia official website. We shared them in our social channels as well. The fourth and final contributor story is now live. It's been posted. Additionally, if you want to learn more about the WordCamp Asia Contributor Day itself, we have a link for that. The link is displayed in the screen. We'll also share that link in our stream. If you have registrations for Contributor Day, which hasn't been done yet, I believe registration is still open. Ganga can confirm. Do we still have some spots, Ganga, if you want to encourage our viewers to be
Yeah,
signing up for the Contributor Day?
yeah, Amit, we have still some spot left, some seat left for the Contributors Day. So if you haven't registered for the Contributors Day, please visit the WordCamp Asia site and you can register for the Contributors Day. If you have the general tickets, I want to say it again. If you have the general tickets but not the contributors day registration, you are not allowed to enter for the contributors day. So you should have both the tickets, the general one and the contributors day one. Without general tickets, you are not allowed to register for the contributors day. Without contributor day tickets, you are not allowed to enter the contributors day hall. So I would like to encourage you all to sign up for the contributors day and see you there so that we can make WordPress even better with our contribution.
That's right. We've been emphasizing on the fact that in order to be in a WordCamp, you need either a regular, standard, or general admission ticket, or you do need the micro sponsor ticket. So these are some requirement to be in the event. Contributor Day does not require you to get any tickets or any in the form of payment. It's actually part of the WordCamp experience, but you need the conference day ticket first. When you go to WordCamp Asia, under the tickets banner header, you can look for conference day ticket and contributor day tickets separately. So those are just there. Now let's move on to the discussion. Well, we have a question which Ganga can answer before I pose my next question to Tofar. Can I select or change another table if I want? If I want after signing up, Ganga.
Wow, thank you so much for this wonderful question. Actually, we were missing to inform this information. Actually, you can switch between the tables. For example, if you started your contributing from core, and if you contributed, and if you learn something, and if you want to join another table, then you are free to join the another table. But one condition is the next table that you are going to join should have the space to sit. So make sure if you can also confirm with the volunteers, the crew members over there, ask them if I want to join the another table, another team, and would you please like confirm if there any space available or not. If the space, if the chair is available, then you can simply switch the table. You can switch the table, but what we would like to request you is to make sure you learn something from the table that you are currently in. Once you learn something, and if you think that that is enough so that you can contribute, want to contribute in another team, then you can simply switch to the another table. Just make sure there is enough chair to sit. That's it.
Thank you for explaining that, and that's actually definitely a valid question. Thank you, Alumgir, from for asking that question. Now, we will talk about WordCamp Asia more, but let's focus our discussion towards Tofar a little bit more. So, Tofar, we all know you for the photo directory and the WooCommerce stuff. Which other teams, other than photos that you have contributed so far?
Yeah, I'm a regular contributor to the support team just by answering questions in the forums. I don't even actually go to the meetings, so maybe they don't even know I'm there. But I do support. Um, One time at a WordCamp, I tried joining the marketing team, and because I thought it sounded interesting, and it was a small camp, and there weren't any representatives there, so I was joining via Slack, and it wasn't for me. Um, I didn't enjoy what they were doing. So I moved on. So there was support, there's marketing, I'm doing photos. Um, that might be it. I mean, I did a core contribution, but it's not like I joined the core team and go to meetings or things like that. Um, I think the question that Ganga answered was a great one. Um, I can say that at a large word camp, I have walked from table to table and spent 5 or 10 minutes speaking with a lot of teams, which is not joining that team or anything like that, but it's sampling. It's like being at a restaurant and taking one nibble of each plate and seeing if you like it. Um, so teams that I've joined are quite small, but teams that I've chatted with and sampled is quite high, most of them actually. And I encourage you to do that. at any camp that you can. Just wander around. If it's your first one, don't just join a table right away because that one sounds interesting. Spend a half an hour and wander around talking to tables and greeting people and listen to what they're talking about. It can be very enlightening.
Absolutely. The more you connect with people, the more questions you ask, possibilities increase that you will get more from your participation and just showing up for the contributor day. So let's give some shout outs. It's time for some shout outs. Like I'm saying, I mean, Ganga mentioned the link to the final batch registration. So you do need a ticket to be at the contributor day for WordCamp Asia. I believe there's couple 20-30 odd tickets remaining slots. We are expecting about 1300 and more, the numbers increasing every week. As an organizers, we myself and Ganga, we do get the update, and I believe it's going to be close to 1500 people showing up for 18th and 19th of February at Icon Bangkok, Thailand. But the contributor day is on the 17th, which only has 600 people that can participate. We do not have room for more. Plus, there will be table leads, organizers, volunteers, and so on. So the 600 magic number only has about 20 to 30 slots left. And I believe Ganga and the team is going to close up the registration very soon, because we have to order logistics, we have to let the t-shirt sizes, everything. It's a process ongoing. So just a final reminder that we will be closing out the final combined batch of contributor registration by the end of this week. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, this would be the time that you do take this out. Also, we want to give some highlight to the contributor day, its page itself. Check that page out. That's basically has all the information that you need to be at the contributor day, including the schedule, when the actual contribution will start, when are the breaks, and stuff like that. So if you're new to WordPress, that's a great place for you to begin. So we're almost at the end of our discussion, but I just want to pose a few more follow-up questions. I'll start with Ganga. And Ganga, as the contributor day team lead for WordCamp Asia, what are your expectations from the contributors that you see? Are you expecting anything extravagant? I mean, I just want to know, I just want to pick your brain, and then I'll ask my final question for Tofar.
Yeah, actually, I need to think about it actually. But actually, what our organizers can expect from a table leads is that try to guide the attendees that you have in your particular tables, even if they are new or even if they are experienced. Try to coordinate with them, try to give them the right information, and if some things arise that is not your cup of tea, or that you can't address that queries, just try to find someone nearby you who can address it, or you can reach out to the organizers, and probably we can sort it out by some discussion. So um, I didn't have like much expectation, because all the table leads are well familiar with the contributors day, how contributors day are happening, and what are the responsibility they usually have. But if you are still in confusion, if you have some dilemma regarding the responsibility that you have, do let me know, or do the contributors day team know, so that we can talk and figure it out. And I would like to wish you best of luck for leading the tables, and probably your table will be the best table, and you will get more contributors in the particular table. Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. I feel like everyone's a winner at Contributor Day. And I mean, like showing up for the day itself makes it possible that it's going to be a very engaging and eventful and productive time as well. But most importantly, do have fun, stay hydrated, and stuff like that. So thank you, Ganga, for that. So just a reminder for everyone that Contributor Day is on the 17th of February. If you're traveling from outside Thailand, make sure you have your visa, flight, and all other accommodation arrangements done beforehand. And we would like to see you at Contributor Day. Now let's go to Tofar, and I just want to ask this final question for today's session. Um, there are many ways we can give back, and as you mentioned during your previous answer to my question, that you did contribute to the WordPress core, but you did not join the channel, core channel, or the core team, or the core focuses that's currently going on, including the WordPress next major release itself. What is your advice towards new contributors, especially those who cannot find a team to their feet? Contributor day is just a day, right? But the contribution goes on. So on that aspect, what should be your advice for new contributors?
I have several things. One is, as I mentioned, on if you can manage to get to a camp where there's a large contributor day, where there are representatives from a large number of teams, sample as many as you can. Find which one fits you, and it could be more than one. There are people on more than one team. Um, but then also keep in mind that joining a team has a certain level of commitment. It's very easy to get excited on contributor day and say, wow, this is great. I'm going to join this team and I'm going to spend all my spare time working on whatever this team is. And then you get home from WordCamp and you're exhausted. And you think, oh, you know what? I'm going to skip this one meeting, just the first one. I'll go to the next one. And you do, and you go to that one, and then you skip another one. And then it's very easy to get caught up in the excitement and then not stick with it. So think about that when you choose a team, the commitment that they're looking for. I can tell you that the photos team has an extraordinarily low commitment. Um, to join the photos team, you need to take one photo and upload it. That's it. You're done. It's more exciting if you upload many photos, but you can totally do it at your own pace. No one has any expectations on you. You just take maybe one a month, 10 a week, whatever you want to do. It's an extraordinarily low bar. Whereas some teams have large ongoing projects that are under construction all the time. And if you say, I'm going to be there and I'm going to take part and I'm going to contribute this task to your project, you should be there, because it's going to hurt the project if you don't. So one of my biggest advices is to think carefully about the team you're joining, the time you have, the energy you have, the emotional bandwidth you have, and pick your slot, not just out of love for whatever task is happening, but what you have to give.
I think those are some wise words, and I believe that can come from years of being a part of the project and open source, understanding open source, accepting open source, and whatnot. So I want to thank Tofar and Ganga as well for their time. I want to thank both of you, especially because we had a last minute arrangement, and I'm not sure about your busy schedule, but you did show up. So that's something I learned today. So thank you so much. Thumbs up from me, and I'm eagerly looking forward to meet both of you in person. Tofar, keep smiling. Ganga, keep making other people smile. So I feel these smiles are contagious. So on that note, we're going to wrap up, but stay in the background while we play some promotional video, and then I'll catch up with you on the other side after the broadcast is over. Thank you so much.